Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Katrin Saufen here again. This is our part number 4. Today, another session review alongside with Juice. Hello, Juice.
Hi guys, hi everyone from the community. Good to be here again. Thanks for the feedback from last week's video. And yeah, let's jump into the video. We have received the footage from one of our community members, Lucky. As you can see, playing on GG this time. And
Lucky 88, 5-cent games.
correct. Let's jump right into the action.
I think so too. And that's King Queen offsuit under the gun. He limps for 5 cent and Bus make it 5 times. And I think that's a legit call.
Yeah, pretty standard.
And everybody check on the flop. And now he starts to step at the pot 1/3. Okay. I mean, yeah, he got hard to win this one now. I mean, you can bluff, but I don't know. He's decided to fold. I mean, you can bet the turn, sure, but maybe then you bet bigger.
Yeah, I would probably go for at least half to 70, 60%.
Yeah, either I check or I bet bigger because otherwise you invite all these cheap draws. So he's adding more money. Is there no automatic?
There is.
They have it, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, let's see what hands he can show us here. Ace-10 suited under the gun. And Bus raising again 5x. I mean, that's another easy limp call, I think.
Yeah, you could even consider limp shoving this sometimes if
I mean, if this
opponent is isolating a lot.
Bus guy doing it every time, and Romiras usually have no hand, so you can pick up this small little pot easily, right?
Yes, and also as a lot of you might know, but some don't, there's a flush jackpot on the GG network, which
Okay.
means you're getting around 50 to 60 ante every time you hit your flush. Yeah, that being said, you have to invest at least 15 ante before you qualify for the jackpot.
15 antes.
15
So that's
before you hit it. Yeah.
oh, look at this. Yeah, the flush. And now you get something off the jackpot?
He does not because he did not invest
You're
15
right.
ante
Now
before he hit it. Yeah.
and now I get it. That's really pity for him,
That's
huh?
why you have to play it very aggressive. It's definitely good for the game. It does push the
I mean, here
action.
with the King 10 offsuit, I would call. In position, 8 ante, raise. I mean,
Yeah, you can defend this in position.
definitely. On the other side, some all-in parts, but yeah, let's see. I mean, we have this Don Son we have on both tables, and other players are different, I can see. So let's see, maybe some interesting hands would be nice to see some nice all-in or something.
So, for example, if it goes limp, you should never fold the King 7, or you could even open limp this from middle position due to, the flush jackpot.
So,
I mean, this is a pretty standard limp behind there from the cutoff.
what I like with GG is the rabbit cam, Take a
It has a
look.
lot of features for recreational players. And
Yeah, and even for semi-professional professionals.
yeah,
Sometimes you want to take a look at the river, right? So here we have the Queen Jack suited limp, and yeah, now the price getting really good. Even the other person is really short, but yeah, of course you can call this.
yeah, I would not fold.
A little bit of something, mid pair or on a flush draw. Of course, you have to check it.
Hoping for a free cut there.
Yeah, definitely. Grzwo from Polska. 60 cents. I mean, he won the money from Tony, right? That's not easy. I mean, you can call once, but then what are you waiting for? But the price is so good, I would call there once more and see a turn. I mean,
Yeah, with the back to flush draw, it's tough
And
to
you're
fold.
100% sure you can see a turn, right? Because you're completing the action. And I mean, 60 cent and what was it then? 240 is a mega price, you know? So for me, it's a call on the turn and then see. Yeah, ace jack from Mr. Polska. 10-9 offsuit. Yeah, standard call. Tony God. What is it? Malaysia? The flag
Yeah,
there?
looks like Malaysia, yeah.
And the blue one is Kazakhstan, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, lucky 88. So far, nothing going for you. No interesting hands. No all-ins. No aces. But let's see. Maybe we can get some later.
I would have called there. It
Yeah,
was such
definitely.
a
I mean,
tiny
5x.
ice rate.
5x is amazing price. You have 100 antis there, and you're only investing 5 antis with uh,
Exactly.
6-7
Plus
suited.
the flush jackpot, which you just have to keep in mind. You should not fold suited hands with a great price.
So basically, it's always an invitation for suited hands on Ggpoker.
Correct.
I mean, it's now the fourth time in, I don't know, 5 minutes that Bud Bust from Israel raising 5x, right?
Yep, and if I'm not mistaken, he has you see the fireball next to his name saying 91?
Yeah, what
It
does it
basically means he's running hot, and also that's his VPIP, so he is playing 90% of his hands.
And basically, he's raising them 5x, right? Maybe.
Mm.
So now this should be a spot where, why is he folding?
Yeah, that is a little too tight, in my opinion, especially against someone who seems to play every hand and also isolating almost every hand.
Yeah. I mean, definitely, if you call that if the ace 10 even offsuit, you have to call this small raise of 5x, definitely. And you might, like we told before, might go for the limp jam. I mean, if you know you do it 90% of the time, and you might know he's folding then if somebody jams, you can easily pick up this, what is it, 80-cent pot? Would be a nice strategy.
Yeah,
Instead of
exactly.
calling out of position against two players with ace 10, not easy, I know. But yeah, it looks like he's raising any hand. That's insane. So he's calling now. Oh, interesting flop. Let's see. 47 cent. He make a half pot again.
It's a pretty easy flat call there.
Yeah, because if you raise, you can run in so many dominated hands. Or ace queen, king queen gives you a lot of trouble. So of course it looks nice to jam over. You can do it if you feel like they're weak and don't want to call you. But I mean, it's an easy way to just call. So I think both options are nice after somebody flat the half pot bet from Butbus. So check, check. I mean, sometimes I feel like betting these turns because if they have king queen, they can only check call, right? And ace queen can only check call. They maybe feel uncomfortable. It depends on the dynamics of the game. They have only 100 antis, so it's a bit hard. But sometimes I bet this turn. Now,
Yeah,
but now, what can you do? I mean, take your
I think the
hand.
check back is
Take your hand.
decent because
Take
they
take
could
take
definitely.
take a sip of a nice whiskey and then throw your hand away, right?
Yeah. What I wanted to say is,
Yeah.
yeah, they could certainly be checking a full house there on the turn. Though I'm not sure I would stab into two people. Heads up more likely, but against two,
I would
I
do
think
it.
realizing our equity and
I think I would do it if we way more deeper, maybe 150,
right.
200 antis. You can make a nice bet on a turn, and then you make a lot of trouble for king queen or ace queen if you bet the river again. But with this short stack sizes with 100 antis, is king nine off. I would also limp. But
Yeah,
even we know Butbus is raising a lot, like he do. I mean, it's insane how many times he raised 5x, right?
yeah, pretty much every hand. So we need to be limp shoving way more hands.
Yeah, and using this aggression, I mean, it's super nice because he's always raising after us. So if we limp,
Yeah,
he make it 25. The whole table maybe call and we can reach them. And as you can see here, Don Dawson make it $1 and easily pick up this money from Batbus, right? So I think bad pass is a nice target at the table. And I can see ace king on table number 2. Let's hope for the
Here we
nice limp
go.
shove. Okay.
No butt bus on that table.
Yeah,
Too bad.
we need bad pass on table number 2. Yeah, that's not a good one.
Nope.
Checky.
So how about Showan 31? Where's he from?
Shodan 31, that's Cyprus.
Correct. And
You
one
wanna
last flag for you.
you wanna
On
test
table
me or
number
what?
1.
Which flag?
What's his name? Benyon Fire?
Yeah, that's Slovenia, huh?
Nope. That must be Serbia.
You sure? You wanna bet? I mean, I would bet $10 on Slovenia.
Okay, actually.
But you
why
cannot
not?
bet. You cannot bet against Slovenia. You can only bet Serbia. Okay.
Okay, but to my defense, it's a bit blurry here that I'm watching it on your screen. So.
But I'm really sure. I mean, this $10 I have to bet. But it might be Serbia. You're right. A lot of players coming from Serbia.
I have to watch it in a better resolution to
Yeah.
say for sure. But
No, I'm not that comfortable.
excuses.
But oh, maybe he's checking. He was checking the countries. Maybe he's doing no. So ace 9 on the right side. Maybe we can talk about some hands. I would raise this, or maybe even jam it against 50
I would
antes.
jam it. Yeah, it's a pretty easy jam.
Yeah, 50 antes, easy jam. Pick up this money. Okay, he decided to 8x, get a call. Yeah, you can bet it. You can check it. You can bet big. You can bet small.
Yeah, I prefer betting because there's a lot of actions where. Yeah,
he bet it. You take it down. That's beautiful. Pocket 9s. Limpy. Yeah.
I don't mind jamming there, to be honest, but yeah, limping behind is fine.
I mean, jamming now or jamming before?
Before.
Okay.
I mean, they both have around 50 ante-ish, a bit less.
Yeah, and I mean,
it's close.
I mean, it's 45.
Plus on,
yeah, but
there's not only
for me, this is definitely a bad call, you know? You bring yourself in a tough spot. You shouldn't call against such a short stack with pocket 9s. You have to check fold so many flops. Maybe he's now jamming. I don't know what his idea is. I think he want to jam this. I think he will do it, but I wouldn't be in the spot, I think. But if you're now in the spot with the 9s, I mean, that's why you shouldn't call this out of position. Yeah, he.
Here comes the rabbit.
Lucky, but I mean, you bring yourself in the spot, you know. Either like
call there against a short stack.
Yeah. Because
another thing I need to mention is it's not only a flush jackpot. You can actually get the same jackpot when you hit quads. So playing pocket pairs also does have a little bit of added value there.
Wow. Look at the left hand, and we can go after this to the 9s again. Yeah, you just call. Turn is the 7 of hearts. Oh, what is he doing with King 10 on the right side? I hope he folds. Okay.
Not the best turn, but I think
yeah, you gotta bet it. You want to get value from the 8, from the straight, whatever. Small bet size, okay. Take it down. Yeah, back to the 9s hand. As Julian say, you know, you're playing against 250 anti-stacks. You want to pressure them, but you can go all in, you can limp, but you shouldn't limp call a 10x raise. That's the worst option of all. And I'm not really sure on this flop with this money in there with the pair and the gut shot. I don't know. But you should.
I would have just jammed it.
Yeah, I mean that's on the left side. Okay. He's calling the raise. What happened pre-flop in this hand?
He open raised and the button defended.
The man from Slovenia?
I think it was a pot size raise. Yep, the one from Serbia.
This is a tough one. I might stop here now for a short moment. I mean, now he called the raise on the flop. The Ben on fire. He checked the turn and now the ace. I mean, what to do? You want to bluff this? I mean, I think it's obvious Ben on fire have no flush, right?
Well, he could be checking behind the nuts on the turn if he has something like a7 of hearts.
Maybe it's only the nuts, but
Queen ten.
every other flush I would bet on the turn at least $1, right?
Yeah.
So, but we have no blocker to hearts. I mean, if Ben on fire calls the button, he should have a lot of maybe sometimes 10 jack, maybe an 8x, maybe 8x check on a turn. Yeah, but it's hard with the queens. Not much to do, right? You can bluff, but then you need reads and
I probably just give up.
yeah, it's
And
such
hope
a
he has Jack 10.
it's such a. I mean, we're only beating Jack 10, you're right, or maybe Queen 10, but we're blocking Queen 10. So, I think Lucky do the same because it's such a horrible run out. 86. And he's calling. Wow.
Right.
Yeah. And he hit a flush.
He did check.
So
He did check the flush there.
interesting check. I mean, a flush is unlikely, and it's unlikely that another flush card is coming. But I mean, the question is, if he bet his flush on the turn, Lucky might call again a small bet. You never know. If you have the Queen of Hearts, for example, but he didn't have. I mean, I would fold the river because we only beating Jack 10 with no hearts. So I cannot see any bluff on the river anymore. I think the river call is bad or not. Either you decide to check fold or to check raise. Maybe if you have the Queen of Hearts and you might think, oh, your opponent have no flush and can bluff him out. On the right hand side here with the table number 2, I wouldn't 3-bet so small. It's way too small.
That's almost like a limp min raise.
Yeah, and you give the opponent, and now he's checking. I would bet this. I mean, I would raise pre-flop more and bet more on the flop, or at least something. I mean, you can check it sometimes behind, but because you have.
I think 100 ante, you're usually just jamming it in pre-flop, but
okay.
If he decides to 3-bet, I would definitely go way bigger.
He's calling.
Interesting. I think being so many draws being out there, I would just jam the turn.
And now he's going for small value. I mean, 8-9, Jack 10 get there. But after check, of course you can go for value. Strange turn, pot bet, and then river give up, right? But, I mean, Lucky, I have to say, you have to 3-bet more if you want to 3-bet, or you have to jam, because it's too dangerous with your pocket kings, and you give an excellent price for your opponent to call like anything. And yeah, you want to avoid difficult spots, and by playing the hand like this, you bring yourself in a tough situation. He's opening another table. Let's see. Yeah, perfect. So maybe you're now a little bit more lucky, Mr. Lucky. So we have a new table. Again, we have Ben on fire. And we have ace from space from Canada, okay. So pocket 6, 7s we have to call, of course.
Yep, great price.
Amazing price. Where's this? Sometimes you feel like if you take the 7s from the left table to the right table, you have quads, right?
It's always like that.
Is it fishy thinking or is it professional thinking?
I think I would go for a small value bet there around half pot.
Yeah.
You could check call, give your opponent.
But you have to bet against all the ace highs.
Option to bluff, but.
Or like this. Even this calls. Beautiful. Bas. Hello.
Welcome back.
Happy to have you here again.
We're in for some
Ace 8
action.
suited, I would definitely call. 8x raise. We're a little bit deeper now with 105 antes.
That's probably too tight.
And
given
he's
the
3-betting
flash
with
jack
the
off.
ace king. That's definitely no 3-bet. That's a jam
Okay,
against this stack size. And king 10. Yeah, he got a call of his 3-bet, so you now have to call the river, the flop. How can you fold this? If you got it, you got it. That's the thing. You cannot. I mean, I don't know what he's thinking.
You can just not fold this against
I mean,
an
sure you
SPR
can.
of 1.
How can. Jesus Christ, he fold. I mean, that's the problem when you 3-bet. I mean, there's like pot size in the middle, and your opponent jamming. He's jamming any ace, jamming any 10, he's jamming any flush draw, and maybe some random hands. So if you want to avoid situations like this where you feel uncomfortable, guys, my suggestion is to don't bring yourself in these situations by just shoving pre-flop. That's super easy, and then you give your opponent the decision if you want to call all his chips in the situation. But by 3-betting this hand, it gives you a tough spot. And of course, on the flop,
the same with kings.
oh, that's a straight.
Yeah,
Raise it.
raise this against this player. You need to get some money in.
Yeah, definitely you have to raise this on the flop. It's not a rack you're playing against where you have to trap a little bit. Okay, he's calling again.
Okay, that's not the best turn, not the worst either. I think
I would just
could even consider raising turn, but
maybe I would raise now because you have the best hand. I would raise 150 because I feel like you have an ace X. Yeah,
I would just jam.
I feel he's not strong. Yeah, I mean I would even raise if I don't have it. I mean, Bud Bus is betting so many hands, raising so many hands. That's insane. Limping. 32. I would call against him.
Yeah, pretty easy call there.
Beautiful
flop.
He flopped the world. Oh my god, I love it. Check it, boy, and check it. Get it in because he's betting anyway.
I just hope he's getting in 15 antes on the flop at least.
I mean,
but now we should qualify if we hit the spade. Not the best turn, but I'm just jamming this. I mean,
yeah, have to.
He might even call with something like Jack 10 there. So
yeah. I really don't know. I mean, I would jam the
random.
I'd
probably just call and see what he got. Too curious to fold.
That's so sick.
I mean, we're good sometimes, but against this guy. But yeah.
What can you do?
Such a beautiful flop.
Yeah, such a beautiful one. And then this run out, it's kind of hurting because when you flop the royal flush open ender, or at least the straight flush royal flush open ender, it feels like you already hit it, right? On the right table of the tens, I would fold this because, I mean, the board will get only worse when you call there on the flop. I mean, he might not have the ace, but what can you hope for on the turn and river? King Queen offsuit?
Right. It's an easy fold there with King Queen off.
I mean, it looks interesting, right? I mean, it depends on how Benny on Fire's playing, but I mean, it's
yeah, but under the gun can shove it in, so you wouldn't want to get into these.
But I don't think if a person 3x under the gun shoving there. I mean, of course you're right. But if our hand is a little bit better, like Jack 10, 10, 9, Jack 9, whatever, it feels more easier to call than a King Queen off, right?
Yeah, but even suited, I wouldn't mind. But King Queen off is just dominated so often.
Yeah. But he can take off money if he's over 100 antes? Is it right?
Correct.
Okay, so you want to avoid deep stack situations. I would call this there. 10.
Table number 1, I would not take money off playing with a
Yeah, that's what I don't understand. I mean, even if you feel uncomfortable with deep stack situations, I mean, that's where you make the money in short deck, because the 100 ante situations,
Right.
I mean, they are simple, but uh, also simple for the recreational players. But the deeper you get, the tougher the situations get. And yeah, you can get good prizes to win big stacks. And more mistakes are made by the players, even the good players. So yeah, I think the most money I make from deep stack situations, in my opinion.
Right.
On the right table, we call it the open-ended draw. Oh, look, Badbas on the left side with the queries.
And he's getting fully paid by King High. Must be
Welcome to
nice.
Short Deck Poker on Ggpoker, ladies and gentlemen. So what to do here now, Jamadin?
Interesting spot.
I mean, they can
Well,
have.
we are often dominated by Queen 10. I mean, flush draws were in pretty bad shape.
I mean, you can fold it. You can.
I would let it go, to be honest. I don't think we have that. I mean, even a queen you're not too happy about, especially if it's a spade. So the only thing we really want to see is like an offsuit 7, and I don't think that's what it is.
There's what you called for.
Yeah, but
You asked for it.
yeah, but the king of spades, someone can
I mean,
easily have a flush there.
if they both now checking, I would bet it.
I don't know. Yeah.
Dao Sun thinking strangely long.
I
What
mean,
do you
you're
have?
beat by queen 10 and a flush, which is such a big part of their racing
I
range.
mean, that he bet is was sick now. I feel like you have Queen 10.
Yeah. I just don't see how we're
I
good
think you
here.
have Queen 10.
Shoving into 2.
Yeah, he has 100% Queen
I mean,
10.
he wouldn't
And on,
jam a 2 pair for value there. I don't. I
and
mean,
on, and on the left
yeah, some
side,
people.
and the left side, he should go all in against Badbas.
Yeah, that's a clear leak by Lucky. He's just, I don't know if he wants to avoid variance or what's the reason, but
Or
he needs to start
at least
getting it in pre-flop.
if I would not go all in, I would make it 260, 270. Because
No, 100 ante, I'm just jamming against an open
yeah,
race.
but sometimes players are more inclined to call there and you have nut flush. Oh wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, it felt strong what he's doing. So they run it 3 times. Good luck, Lucky. One for you,
Okay.
two for Mr. Badbus, and number 3 also. If you run it once, you would take it. Yeah, what can you do? And the money goes to Israel. Yeah, that's the problem with this multi-way. I mean, that's why, yeah, it's okay to fold open-enders, I have to say. I mean, when you're thinking about equities, okay, you have an open-ender, the other person have overpair, it's a 50-50, that's one thing. But if you have a limp pot, and in this scenario, there's a flush draw, there's a dominating open-ender, I mean, you don't have 50% anymore. And you have to think about what the opponent's raising, and maybe they have a set and you're already, and then you have only 33% or 35, depends. So, and if they're dominating flush draws, even worse. So with the Queen 10 there, I think I would jam, I guess. Even there's a flush draw out there because of so much dead money. I would get it in. But I think with 10-8, it's such an ugly hand.
Yeah.
And as you say, the only blank card you want to see is a non-spade 7, or maybe non-spade queen should be also good. But yeah, you should avoid the spot by folding
A lot
maybe
of questionable hands. I think a6 off is a clear
clear fold under the gun, you're right.
fold under the gun. Before he isolated under the gun +1 with ace jack off, which I think is also an easy limp behind, especially with someone like Buttbus in the button, where you could consider just limp shoving this.
Which is amazing, you know.
But if you have someone limping under the gun, you don't want to isolate with ace jack offsuit right behind.
And on the left hand, he calling the bet on the flop. I mean, you have an open ender, but the question is what you want to hit. I mean, sometimes I feel like I just fold his hands because, yeah, you can hit a queen, but if I have the ace of hearts, maybe I'm calling then. It depends. On the right hand, Oh, he take it down. He's now he's taking off money from the table, right? Yeah, I think Lucky. Personal opinion, you shouldn't do it. You should be happy to have a deep stack against players who don't play that good. But of course, I understand it if you feel uncomfortable that you take off money. But yeah, the deep stack spot or deep stack situation, that's where the money is made. So he's betting now on this board. I would never do it because, I mean, it's 5
Not
cent.
against 3.
It's a 5 cent limit in a 4-way pot, and I mean,
We have 0 equity on this board.
and players just crazy. They're calling anything. I mean, the paired board is always good if you bet on a flop. So I would bet now again. I mean, if you're bluffing really good, huh? You have to bet again. But he's giving up. And he's... But see, I mean...
By Jack 10. You would have won on the turn if you bet there.
Yeah, and that's... I think that's it for part 1, right?
Yep, looks like it.
Wow, that was a fast one, I have to say. I mean, a lot of interesting hands, but I mean, exactly in this situation, Lucky, I mean, the good old strategy, if you bet on the flop and the board is pairing on the turn, you should bet again because all these draws are missing. And here the same. I mean, if I'm bluffing on this board, which is, I wouldn't do it. But on this turn, you can bet against all exactly these hands. And here we have to fold. So, yeah. I think the things I think Lucky can make better the next time is don't 3-bet small, just get it in with 100 antes. And something else, choose?
I would say generally just a little bit more aggression in some spots where I think he's playing a bit too passive.
Yeah.
Especially pre-flop as well, but also post-flop player draws more aggressive.
And I would suggest to take a look at the chart. And if you want to buy it, guys, we have it. It's our chart number volume 1, and it's for limping pre-flop and also limp calling and limp jamming. And you get a nice view how to play these hands. And there you know that ace-6 under the gun is not a good hand to call, you know. And I think Lucky has some situations where he feel uncomfortable what to do, and that's okay. But that's why you gotta take yourself some help, Juice, right?
I agree.
And that would.
But thanks again for giving us your footage to review.
Yeah, Lucky. That's really nice, and I think that it belongs a lot of heart to show yourself how you play, even with the mistakes or the good plays or whatever you make. To say, okay, here I am, that's me, and I'm playing like this. We are proud of you. Thank you very much, Lucky. And we have some other parts of this session we might review the next time. But I think for now that's it. And it was, I think, really interesting.
I had fun, definitely.
Yeah, and with Butt raising any hand, I mean, you want players like this at your table, right?
It's definitely, it's a fun game, especially on GG.
Yeah, and with the flush jackpot, and yeah, and all these players, you know, making a lot of action. I think even it doesn't matter with what limit you are playing. I think everywhere you get nice action, in my opinion.
Yeah.
So
for sure.
Yeah, thank you guys, and I wish you a nice evening. Juice, I think you wish the same.
Yep. See you next week, guys. Thanks for tuning in.
And if you have some comments about the session, about the hands, I think there's a lot of things to discuss. Maybe you have a different opinion. You can write it down in the comments. You also can join us in our Discord community, 6plusholdem.com, and we can discuss hands there if you want. And we see us next Sunday again with another video. I think we make another session review. And yeah, that's it for it today.
Bye-bye, guys.
Bye-bye.